nothing wrong with that thing.
I haven't used it yet.
You ain't used it? It made a million miles.
All right, I'd like to take this opportunity to call the Town of Pierson regular council meeting to order on Tuesday, August the 4th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. Ryan, would you give us a roll call, please?
Yeah, Mayor Gray Leonard.
I'm here.
Vice Mayor Robert Greenland.
Here.
Councilman Jimmy Anderson.
Here.
Councilwoman Lenny Richardson.
Here.
Councilwoman Brandy Peterson.
Here.
Volusia Sheriff's Office is present. Town Attorney Scott Simpson.
Here.
And I'm present.
All right. Lenny, would you please lead us in an invocation?
Gladly, sir.
Thank you.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we come to you tonight with great thanks for this beautiful day you have bestowed on our beautiful town. Dear Lord, I ask that you please bless and protect all our citizens and all that they pass through. Dear Lord, I ask that you please guide and inspire us tonight to make the best decisions for our town as a whole. And I ask these things in your great name. Amen.
Amen. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, our first item of business tonight is approval of our minutes from our regular meeting back on July the 21st, 2026. Has all the council members had an opportunity to look at those minutes?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any changes, additions, deletions? I'd entertain a motion.
Move to approve the regular meeting minutes from July 21st, 2026.
Motion on the floor by Councilwoman Lenny Richardson to approve our regular meeting minutes from July 21st, 2026. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Brandy Peterson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So passed. All right. Moving on to new business, item number 5A. It's ordinance 2026-02. It's regarding a charter amendment, and this is the second reading on that. And I'd like to have our attorney address this, please.
Ordinance number 2026-02 by title only for second and final reading. An ordinance of the Town of Pierson, Florida, adopted pursuant to Florida Statute Section 101.161 and 166.031, setting forth an updated town charter to be submitted to the voters of the town at the general election on November 3rd, 2026, providing for ballot summary and ballot and title for the proposed amendments, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for an effective date.
All right. Is there anybody on the board that has any questions on this? It's just revising our town charter.
Right.
It's our second reading.
Yeah.
Everything, no questions from any of you guys?
I would.
Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on that? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Lester Pulley, 363 North Pine Street. It says this, it's a revised charter going to be submitted to us at the general election November 3rd. How big is it? Are we going to walk in there to vote? We're going to do this.
I think it's going to be like a brief synopsis of it.
You'll have this, it's really, you're going to see this ballot summary, ballot title, ballot summary, that's right here on this document. And if you want to see the entire charter, the town has it available.
It's 6 pages.
Under red line.
6 pages.
Yeah, once we pass this, we can post it on the website, right?
Yeah.
And say this is the proposed
Can't
charter.
post it before.
We could, well, not until this
Well,
passes.
if we pass it tonight, then we can post
Then it's
it on the
on.
website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
And
be available.
the changes are underlined with, underlines and strike throughs.
Yeah, you can either come get a copy from us here.
Yeah, it's just
or
kind of
we'll
updating
put it
it.
online.
Right.
Streamlining it a little bit.
I just didn't want to walk in and get a phone book.
No.
No.
We
Anybody else have any
shaved
questions?
it down from like 8 to 6 pages or something like that. It's a lot of redundant language in there.
Anybody else have any questions? Being no further comment, Ryan, would you do a roll call vote on this, please? Oh, okay, I'm going to motion for approval.
I move to approve ordinance
Getting ahead of myself.
2026-02, charter amendment on its second and final reading.
There's a motion on the floor by Vice Mayor Robert F. Greenland to approve ordinance 2026-02 on the second reading. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Lenny Richardson. Now, Ron, would you do a roll call vote,
Yes,
please?
Councilwoman Brandy Peterson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lenny Richardson.
Yes.
Councilman Jimmy Anderson.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Robert Greenland.
Yes.
Mayor Gray Leonard.
Yes. Okay, let the record show we read the ordinance title, and it was passed by roll call vote. Moving on to item number 5B, we have Eugene Yeo, is that correct? Yo? How do you say it? Yo. Okay, and would you come up and tell us who you are and what you need to ask us?
I'm not asking it for anything.
Okay?
I do want to thank you all for running for office and being elected and representing the town in such a good job. This is just a continuation of my mission to help the airport not to be a burden on the town and be an asset. I don't know if Gray remembers, I think 4 years ago now, I first approached him on how I could help. And things happened, he wasn't reelected, and nobody followed up on from the town then. I'm back again offering my help. I'm a pilot. I live in the unincorporated part of the area, so I don't get to vote. But I do care about it. Pierson's my home. You know, it's where I do my training. And there's a lot of benefits here. You guys have got a gem in the rough over here. There isn't an airport within 100 miles of here that doesn't have a waiting list for people wanting to pay them money to tie their plane down there. This one sits empty. And part of that's because there's no direction to pilots from the town board on what's going to happen at the airport. And I know there's some internal struggles. That's as it is. You guys are politicians. You know what your constituents want. But from my perspective, you've got a gorgeous facility here that's been under-maintained. You need some help with it. I've offered, I submitted a proposal to the board some months back, never heard back on it. My wife's a former school superintendent, district-wide superintendent. She's very familiar with grants. As a small rural community that's in the poor category with the state of Florida, you guys are eligible for over a 95% chunk of the money coming from the state and FDOT and the FAA. And nobody's bothered to go after it. And there's simple things that you guys could do that would make that a gem for you and for everybody else. Security's terrible over there. High school kids walk through where the airplanes sit, and there's nobody that's got to have an airplane. I build my own, so I can't claim to be rich, but I've got 4,000 hours in an airplane I'm building right now, and it's made out of 25,000 thick aluminum and plastic. And kids will be kids. The alternative of kids being kids is what we do. I belong to the Experimental Aircraft Owners Association. My local chapter now is in Umatilla. Every Friday we meet with all of the high school kids in the entire county that's interested in it, and we're building airplanes there. We're now on our third build. We've had over 100 high school students come through and learn the skills they're not getting in high school anymore. These kids are building an airplane. They're welding, they're pop riveting, they're cutting metal, and they're learning all of that from volunteers at the EAA, and I think this is a perfect opportunity here for that to happen with our kids in Pierson. The other thing that we do out of Umatilla, who used to be a poor community like this, difference is they went after the funding years ago. They had some drivers in the community that realized the advantage of it. We also offer 2 kids a year to get their pilot's license. I've been a member here now 6 years of that organization. The kids that got through the first set of 6 years ago, one of them's now flying Learjets on a medevac thing worldwide. And the other beautiful thing that comes about it is the kids are becoming mechanics and they're getting a job. An aircraft mechanic now is billing time at $225 an hour, and there's a severe shortage of them. Sounds like a good trade school thing for our kids here in Pierson. They get their feet in the door. But it takes a little bit of work, and it takes a little bit of groundwork, and I understand that. I've been in elected positions before. I know you can't win. It's the best of two evils, because somebody's going to be mad at you no matter what you do. And that's why I thanked you when we started. But I'm here to help. And if help means I sit on a lawnmower and I help to mow, get the expenses down in the meantime, I'm willing to do that. And there's many more pilots that are willing to help. They don't want to lose this airport. And as it is now, Greg can probably tell them more details, but I am sure that it's just barely within regulations of being a published airport. And I'm sure that the FAA inspectors are asking him to do all kinds of stuff that's kind of getting slid by the side because there's no funding for it. But there's no need for that. There's funding available. We've got to go after it. And I'm willing to help with that. But I can't do it as a private citizen. It's got to come from the town. Last I checked, and this is when I spoke with Gray years ago, was a 97% funding that would come from other sources. And the 3% that remained could have been like business stuff. Could have been you guys mowing the lawn that you do anyway, using a tractor to help put the road in. But I don't know where to go with here.
I don't know if you are aware of this or not, but there are some improvements being made to the airport. Currently, UF Health is setting up a medevac facility there.
I understand.
And they're going to be operating 24/7, 7 days a week. They've already got their temporary facility in place. And so that's going to definitely bring some improvements and help fund the airport as well. And I mean, you and I could sit down and talk about some specifics when we got some time. But I mean, any help like that, I think we could probably work something out. But I didn't know if you were aware of that or not.
I am.
That's going to help out with our funding as well.
There's some things I'd like to see piggybacked on that.
So
there needs to be a Unicom radio here. There needs to be bathrooms here. Needs to be a gas station here for the airplanes. That so we don't want to dump fuel on the ground. People carrying 5-gallon buckets.
Right.
Not in that day and age.
So I think once UF Health really gets in place there, especially when they get their permanent facility built, which is happening pretty quick. I mean, they're moving here now temporarily because they're having to leave where they were. Then I think, that would be the time to really start talking about what we could do and where we could place things and all that, because whatever we do, we don't want to have anything that's going to interfere with their ability to function at a moment's notice.
That's a wonderful opportunity for the community.
Once that gets in place, if you would like, you can contact me, or you can contact Ryan or Yvonne, and we can set up a time where you and I can sit down and talk about some things, and then you can bring it back to the council. I mean, because whatever happens, there's going to be a council decision. But I mean, I definitely would be willing to do that with you.
And I'm willing to help the town and the council to make an asset out of a burden. And I understand the budgets, and I understand money's tight and nobody's wealthy.
And it's probably going to get tighter.
Yep. If the property tax stuff was going to be more difficult.
Yeah. So if you would like to do that, once the medevac people get everything in place, and we can see what we can do so we don't interfere with their operation. And I'd be happy to sit down and talk to you about that here at one-on-one at the town hall. We can just set a day or two and, talk about it.
That'd be wonderful.
Okay?
Thank you again for your service, folks. I know it's a never-ending task.
Thank you for your interest in our airport, and thank you for your offering to help. And we'll talk. Once that gets set up, I'll be happy to talk with you about it.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
folks.
You as well.
Thank you, Eugene. All right, moving on to our next item. It's item number 5C, Homecoming Parade. Jessica, come on up and you can tell us what your plans are.
I just found out an hour ago that DeLand's Homecoming Parade is set for the same day that we've scheduled it for. So this is a tentative date. We are still having the Homecoming Parade. We're doing an early release at 12, and the Homecoming Parade will start at 12:45.
What's the date on that?
October 16th. Do not mark that on your calendars.
October 16th.
I'm gonna
Yes.
just make a note of it.
Uh-huh.
Change.
It's probably going to be the 2nd, because that's our,
It'll either be
Home
this
game.
date or maybe the 2nd.
yes,
And what time's it going to take place?
12:45.
Okay.
The route is going to be the same as last year. We're going to go right down to the elementary school, around the parent loop, and come back. Detours will be set up the same. We just need approvals for road closures.
Well,
It's,
been doing it every year.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we can manage that
And
or close the road.
if you need me to come back with a definite date, I can do that too. I just,
well, we'll need to know a definite date a little bit ahead of time so we can get BCSO to help us out with traffic and that kind of stuff.
yeah. And I send all that paperwork to FDOT, so,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
All right.
After the last year's parade, we had very little. All we did is wave at trees for like the whole time.
What do you mean?
Like,
Going down the highway because there's no place for anybody to park.
People to park and sit, except right there at the park, all the way till we got to the.
There's not making everybody happy. Like, I can go back this way and see no kids, or go where the kids are.
Well, we seen the kids, but the kids couldn't even have the candy that we saved for them.
And that was a Pierson Elementary thing.
And then we, my opinion is we're accommodating some kids,
Mhm.
which when I was a child, I was in Seville.
Uh-huh.
I got checked out of school by my parents and went inside and watched the parade,
Mhm.
which I did that to my kids when they went to elementary school here.
Yeah.
But I feel like it includes the whole town, where this is just limiting just the elementary school. And I know you haven't made these decisions.
Even though 500 people in this town think that I solely had
Yeah.
everything to do with that, but I don't give a shit anyways. So,
But I just noticed all of these restaurants and businesses and.
so here's what happened. Where it used to be back to back to back to back kids, these kids don't care anymore. They do not care. So we're going where the kids are. These kids check out, they go home, nobody cares anymore. So we're going where the kids are.
I mean, every time I've seen it, there was piles of
Mhm.
people in this area. And like I said, and then
Well,
all
most-
this-
And if I could keep it in just like this little area right here and not go completely around the town of Pierson.
I mean, most of those kids there were going to school where we're sitting almost.
Yes.
The elementary school kids.
So the elementary school used to come out to the fence right here. And it made sense to do that.
I mean, I want the elementary school kids to see it. So,
Most
Well,
definitely.
we'll just wave at the trees.
well, I mean, I'm,
And I don't like
I don't know
why
how to- I don't know how
we're
to
saying that there's nowhere to park.
Yeah.
There was no.
Like, you guys can utilize the parking at the park, correct? And take your chairs to the road.
They did.
I don't understand the
There were-
problem.
there were people-
All the way, there was no more humans, a couple right in front of us.
Uh-huh.
And then no humans until we got to the elementary school.
yeah, once
And
you,
then we come all the way back, that same path, no humans.
yeah, once you cleared the area of the park,
Yeah.
then there wasn't nobody. It was just like vacant land, and I don't know what we can do about that. I mean, that kind of is what it is. I want the elementary school kids to see it, and I don't know any other way for them to see it the way things are today unless they make the loop through the parking lot.
And like, do you think it's because it was moved and everybody was like, oh, it's moved, it's something new, we're not gonna go, we're not gonna attend? You know what I mean?
Loading that day, I had 2 old gentlemen that were parked out here with their grandkids.
Yeah.
And I told them, it's not even coming this way, you need to go to the park. but so many people didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many more of them are around town.
Yeah.
Because it's been that way forever. And I know people.
And with that comes change. Yeah.
Like the whole town is getting lent out for the benefit of some children that they can't even get our candy.
Well, what would they need to do is move the parade down one more block where it comes by where the bank's at, and then continue on up to the school. I'm just asking.
Yeah, like suggestions, because I hear some people talking. Can we get suggestions?
I don't get to see it.
Uh-huh.
I get to ride in that post office, but when we came out of school, we used the ball field to do a loop. So they could come down center, do a loop, and then go back to the elementary school. So then you could have people by the ball fields and stuff, because they come around the backside of the ball fields and come up with all the contestants that do the saddle club and stuff coming down that driveway maybe. It's just a problem.
Straight across Washington and come up,
And then we're still moving it. Like, there's still change. And then people still bitch about it. So I'm stuck in a rock and a hard place. So I'm still changing it. Nothing stays consistent every year. This is the problem with Pierson in general. Like, at the school, nothing stays consistent. Nothing. And we're coming from a little town where everybody is like, oh, some people are great. Like, okay, awesome. Some people are like, I'm not going to make everybody happy. I'm not here to make everybody happy.
No, you're not going to ever make everybody happy.
No.
It's just, this whole situation is just a byproduct of where the elementary school is now.
That's
It's
all
simple
it
as
is.
that.
And there's nothing.
That's out of your hands, it's out of our hands, it's out of everybody's hands.
Exactly.
It's just an unfortunate circumstance of where the school is.
I think the route is what it is.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And when you go, once you get north, there's not going to be anybody there, and there's nothing anybody can do about it because of where the school's located.
Yeah.
It's just an unfortunate circumstance.
I don't like how they weren't allowed to throw candy. That's a principal thing. That's not a me thing. When
I
they
know.
got to the school, they had to put it in the bags. They weren't even allowed to
Yeah,
throw
I
the
know.
candy.
When I threw candy out, I got screamed at. So I know. Don't throw any more candy. So, yeah. Les, did you have a question?
Why couldn't you do a loop of the town and go down to the elementary school? Because it seemed like it went pretty fast last year, just went to the elementary school and back.
So I still have to have road closures and a way for them to get out of town without running into a parade.
I think that's the issue is when you
As you close in both towns.
when you come out of Washington Avenue and go north on 17, you only have that one particular area that you have to hold traffic up for a while. If you make 2 or 3 blocks around town, then you've got more personnel from the SO, and it just becomes more and more difficult to direct the traffic. The route's what it is now, and we had nothing to do with the elementary school moving, and neither did you, and
Yeah.
it kind of is what it is.
Yep.
And it's changing.
And people don't like change.
And,
I got cussed out,
people,
girl.
if they
I got
really,
cussed out.
If folks really want to look at the parade, there's plenty of room on Highway 17 between Washington Avenue and where the park ends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can back their cars
All they have to
in
do is
there,
park
they can
and go
put
take their chairs out.
just gonna
They're
have
mad
to
because
park
they
at the
can't put their
park.
pickup trucks out there and sit on the tailgate.
Well, they could along that park area. I mean, people park there when we have events and stuff, so, I mean.
Yep. So,
But we're going to just stick with the same route, and these are the 2 tentative dates we have.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just let us know.
You could just email us when you have it.
I'm going to give you this for
Yeah.
now,
Okay.
and then I'll email you everything.
Yeah, just let us know the dates.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Jessica.
Thank you,
Y'all have a
Jessica.
good night.
All right, moving on to item number 6, other business, updates and reports by the mayor. I wanted to bring up that old piece of playground equipment that you brought that. We had a complaint on that old piece, and it probably needs to come out. And
That's what's going to be my recommendation.
and the bottom line is, we don't have the funding to replace it. We do have one nice new piece of playground equipment in there, and I think Public Works has put some new mulch in around it. And so The only thing I know to do with that, we've fixed that piece of equipment more than once. We've had Travis make some plates and stuff for it, but it's just wore out, coming apart.
Well, it's both of those pieces.
Yeah.
Closest to these,
They're right behind the community center, yeah.
they're the oldest two.
Yeah. And so I agree with Brandy. I think we probably need to go ahead and think about getting it out of there. And in fact, we can do it. Yeah. I mean, it's beyond much more repair.
I don't want somebody to get hurt.
I don't want to see a kid get hurt on it either.
No.
And,
I mean, they might be mad for only one piece of equipment, but
and you know, right now, that is what it is, and a lot of folks don't realize how expensive that commercial playground equipment is. That little piece that we have there now, I think I remember when I was on the council, we paid it was over $29,000 for that one little piece of equipment, because it has to be heavy-duty commercial grade and all ADA compliant, and there's just a lot of things that you have to, hoops you got to jump through.
the slides, I mean, there's pieces.
So what do y'all think? We're in agreement that probably needs to come out?
We should take it out.
Okay.
Don't need anybody getting hurt on it.
All right, so I guess, Jimmy, can you ask them guys to take it out when they get an opportunity?
Have them tomorrow. if
Sooner the
they're not
better.
Doing nothing.
Yeah, okay. That sounds
They're
good.
rare, I mean, there's one over there.
And the only other thing I had to talk about is not necessarily the upcoming rodeo, but we need to iron down an agreement with the Lions Club on the rodeo grounds. And I'll be honest with you, Philip, that agreement that you brought to us several weeks back was outrageous. You should be ashamed of yourself for bringing something like that to the council. $100 a year for 10 years and then charging the Saddle Club $300. That, in my opinion, is outrageous. And I would never vote for that. So, but we need to.
Well, we did agree already for this year, and then we.
I think we're going to go with what the actual,
We have.
with what the current,
We have.
with what the current agreement
We're
is.
gonna have
A workshop.
Yeah.
discuss and figure
But
out
we need
the other
to.
stuff.
In the future, yes.
Correct.
And I'll have some ideas on that. I've talked to Scott about it a little bit, and, but I think we need to go ahead and schedule that workshop. I mean, sometime between now and like February coming up. I mean, we got plenty of time, so that definitely needs to happen.
Yeah, we'll schedule,
After budget.
After
we
budget.
get done with budget and everything.
And that's all I have tonight. Vice Mayor, do you have anything?
There are a few places around town where the right-of-way is getting pretty close to the road. I know they did do Shaw Lake Road recently, and I'm trying to remember where in the heck I saw that other one.
Is it like the grass growing on the edge?
No, it's not grass.
Bushes?
It's not grass. It's bushes. Bushes need to be pruned back.
Right there on 3rd Avenue, Bobby and County Road 3. When you pull up there, that stuff is right there has got to be trimmed back too. There's probably several places around town
They are.
that, we got a little bit of rain.
Oh, I know, Turner Road. Turner Road's the road that I travel a lot, and it's really getting close. Well, it's past getting close. It needs to be cut back.
Is that where it comes out on Shaw Lake Road there?
Yes.
Yeah. How about those old rain trees where they are going along there? Are they still
Those
cut
what?
back pretty good? Those, I think they're
Them old rain
trees along the edge of that.
Oh, yes.
Are they still
Are you talking about on Turner or on Shaw
on
Lake?
Turner Road? Yeah. You know, right there, not too far before you get to Shaw Lake Road.
Yeah. No, they're encroaching.
Okay.
Yeah, they're encroaching. Yeah, that shouldn't take too awful long, but that needs to be looked at. That needs to be attended to there for sure.
There's another spot where 2nd Avenue comes out to 17. right there on the corner where, I guess where Mr. Bidoff owns that property, right there by the sidewalk, that probably needs a weed eater put on it. And maybe once it gets weed eated down, we could put some herbicide there and keep that down. But I hate to spray it with herbicide when it's tall, because then it really looks bad. If you cut it down and spray it, then it's just, right there on the ground. That's one spot I've noticed, but, I mean.
There's another thing I want to bring up tonight, and this is long overdue. There are some places, specifically on West Washington Avenue and on Roberts Road, that looks more like a dump than it does a residence. And I'm getting to the point, I've always been against code enforcement, but if we can't get these residents to clean those places up, I'm tired of looking at them.
I got you. I know exactly. I think I know what you're speaking of.
I don't know if we could get Scott to write these residents a letter.
We can have the town clerk address it with a letter, and give them some time to comply. And then if they don't, then we might need to get our attorney involved in it. But I know that one time we had a place, and Yvonne sent the people, the owners, a letter, and they cleaned it up.
Well, I think we need to address this and get something going on several places in our community.
I think if you see one of those that needs addressing, if you can bring that to Yvonne's attention and have her send them a letter.
I can sure do that.
I think, and then if they don't respond, we can, do something else.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Jimmy Anderson.
No, not really.
Okay. If you think of something before we leave, let me know. Councilmember Lenny Richardson.
Just that we need to have the community center, make sure it's clean and stocked for August 18th for the election.
Okay. What do we need to put in there as far
Paper
as?
towels, toilet paper.
Okay, make sure the restrooms are fully, okay. All right.
The only thing I had is we still need to do a Christmas workshop, that I would reach out to the pastors, see what works for them on that. Maybe they can.
Who are you going to reach out to? I'm sorry.
All the pastors.
The pastors.
Okay. That would be good.
And then after budget.
Yeah. Then we can talk about what we're going to do.
And there's a few places, one right, I don't know if it's right in front of High Horse or the old Wilson House right there, a big hole in 17.
I saw that day a hole about yay big.
There's one right
in the-
here at the Handy Bank, right outside of whatever the store is, they call it.
Yeah.
They patched that once out here a couple years ago, so it must have come back.
Yeah, it's coming back. The one there you're talking about by High Horse.
No, right here by the little store.
Oh, so there's one here too.
Isn't that what you just said? There was one out here? Oh,
No,
this
she's
store.
talking about the one on the corner of Washington.
Because we
and
had the one at First Avenue they patched last year. And Yvonne got an email today in her inbox that said two that we had emailed them about had been fixed. We must have emailed them about two more holes on 17. She filed a ticket with that Oasis company, the contractor for DOT. They emailed something today and said that they had closed that ticket out. So I don't know where those two were. Had to be something you guys brought up within the last month that she emailed them about.
Well, I didn't look today, but.
That is there. That hole down by High Horse is still there. I just drove by it coming back from PFR.
Yeah.
It's there. It's about yay big around and about that deep.
On 17?
Yeah, it's on the northbound lane, somewhere right along where the High Horse coffee stand is at. Somewhere there, one little, I think it's just a hair south of that maybe, but it's right there in that area.
I'll have to get Public Works to take a few pictures and then I'll send them to that Oasis.
And I would, I have one other thing while I'm thinking about it. Do we know who we can reach out to with DOT to see if we can get DOT to do something with Highway 17 going through town?
What part of 17?
all the way through the middle of town. It looks horrible. They used to come about twice a year and edge it and stuff, and it's, looks pretty bad. I mean, it's overgrown and stuff. I mean, they're not keeping it up.
Need to edge the curb.
Yeah, DOT needs to kind of give us a hand with some of this stuff. I mean, it's a DOT highway. I mean, we keep it mowed most of the time, but I think DOT could give us a hand with some of that heavy-duty edging and stuff.
We need to see what the contract says about that. Are they supposed to come every 2 weeks and we're just up here, never land, and nobody comes up here?
I know when they're,
That they don't come when they're supposed to?
a couple years back when the firm out of Bunnell had a contract with DOT, they were supposed to come every 6 months.
Yeah.
So,
And they changed.
and now somebody else is doing it, and I don't even know who we need to contact with DOT since Heidi Huff is not there.
It's embarrassing.
It's bad.
Have we ever asked DOT to contract, pay the city to do it?
I don't think we have. We'd had discussed that one time, I don't know, many moons back, about talking to DOT about paying the town to maintain that
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
as
they
a
do
contract. I know that the city of Bunnell, several years back, used to have a contract for maintaining 40, but, between 11 and Ormond and stuff, so I know they do that.
So we just need to follow up.
We need to just reach out to somebody at DOT and find out who we need to talk to about doing that.
Yeah, see how much they pay, yeah.
Either their contractor needs to maintain it, or if they want a contract with us to maintain it, then one or the other. I will see if I can find somebody at DOT to talk to about that. Okay, anybody else have anything while we're not here?
When are we gonna have a workshop to address the Lions Club rodeo?
Well, we talked about that, and we're going to probably try to have it after the first of the year, after we do our budget and all that kind of
We
stuff.
get the budget and
I
everything.
mean, because it's, at the point, it's the rodeo's upon us, and,
Right, that's
but
fine.
we need to set that up and put something concrete in writing about what we expect. I don't mean any disrespect to the Lions Club,
no.
but it's almost like the tail's wagging the dog, and it needs to be the other way
Well,
around.
with the Saddle Club, they using it too, and I've always seen them working over there when I used to mow over there.
I've seen the Saddle Club working over there, and I had spoke to David Monk one time about helping us out with a couple gates over there. This was a few years ago, and he said the town needs to buy the gates. I've already given I give a lot of lumber to fix those pins, so I know, and that's Saddle Club. So I know they're doing a lot of work there. But
So
we need to set up that workshop,
We'll get it after, yeah.
but we need to do it
get
after the
budget
first of the
and
year,
everything.
and that'll
And
give us,
Christmas, we got Christmas thing we got to attend to.
yeah.
and
We got the budget coming up, we got Christmas coming
We'll
up,
get with
and,
Summer hunting season.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we will, sometime, maybe in November, we can set a date to have that workshop. Did you have a question, sir?
No, I actually came to tell you something tonight to see if you were okay with it.
Okay, if you want to come up, we'd be happy to hear you.
Sorry, we just had a meeting last night, so I couldn't put it on the agenda.
That's okay.
So one thing is, I'll give them, but the queen contestants, each contest,
Mhm.
about at 6 o'clock, and I want to call
When are they?
this the 6th.
Okay.
So I wanted to invite you to that. And then I also got last night, huge thing, is I got the club willing to pay for us to replace the lights at the arena, both sides. The club's paying for it.
Well, I feel like the club should pay for it, to be honest with you. The Lions Club is the one reaping the benefit from that rodeo arena. The town doesn't hold any events in there. The Saddle Club's events are in the daytime predominantly. And I think, if the Lions Club wants to put lights in there, that's fine, but I think that's the club responsibility, not a city responsibility.
Well, we also
Yeah,
scheduled for 7:30 Saturday morning a work day, if you're okay with that.
I'm fine.
And when that work day is what we've talked about, the chutes, the bleachers, anything that we need to do. To get ready.
I think the whole council's fine with y'all scheduling a work day anytime you want to. I mean,
It sounds, what I've been hearing is you want the Lions Club to pay for everything up there and do all the maintenance. And we are willing to do the maintenance. You got on to me for a $100 fee. I mean, we'll talk more about this at the workshop, but the original, what I believe Bobby brought up, was like $1 a year, is what it was previous. And I have a contract from 1972.
and y'all did all the upkeep. That was what was said.
Well, that's what the $100 we would do the upkeep, other than the mowing.
Yeah.
And once again, that everybody's getting all worked up. That was a proposal. You come back as a counter. In my opinion, and I've told you, I think you should do it just like the Civic Center. It should be available to anybody. If you're going to keep the maintenance, town do the maintenance, you want to keep control, then you charge me $1,000 a night, $1,500, whatever. But you got to charge everybody, as your lawyer told you, the same amount of money.
We do, but I'm telling you this right now, there's only one group of people that use that rodeo grounds that reap any benefit from it, and it's the Lions Club.
Well, make sure you tell Little League that.
We're not putting on
a bunch of.
I'm talking about the rodeo arena, Philip. I'm not talking about the Little League fields. The rodeo arena is primarily there for the Lions Club, and I want the rodeo to be there from now on till the end of time.
Yes, sir. And
But the taxpayers of Pierson are not going to subsidize the rodeo arena so the Pierson Lions Club can make whatever you're making on it.
Well,
that's not the taxpayer's responsibility to subsidize your event.
Well, we're a service club. We give money to the Little League. We give money to school. We give money to the town.
I'm not saying you don't.
But I'm just saying, we do. So anyhow, we could talk more about it at the thing. I'm sorry, you got upset with me and wanted to blast me in front of everybody.
I'm not blasting you in front of everybody. I mean, you're here representing the Lions Club. I'm not blasting you personally. I'm sorry if you took it that way.
But that was something we voted on as a club. It was not Philip directly said to do that, just so you know. That was something we voted on and talked about. And once I told the club, it was just a proposal that y'all would do a counter offer. Okay? We are good for this year. I asked if we need more money, to pay more money. They told me no. So,
Well, we currently have an agreement that's going to take you through this year, if I'm not mistaken.
And the agreement after 2020 was y'all would take over the maintenance, not us paying for everything. So, but this year, we're doing the lights. If you're okay with it, we have Fred Huff scheduled to come do it. We're going to do the lights. Okay?
We are very much.
I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, that's fine with me.
So, anyhow, like I said, Lions Club's here to help out the community. That's what we do.
What day is that Rodeo Queen thing? On Thursday, did you say?
It's Thursday the
6th.
At 6 p.m. We just need to know because we are having food. And if you're going to come, I just need to know as soon as possible. There's a phone number on there. You can call. So we just know a number.
Okay.
I just got them last night. You had me tonight. I was able to get here.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Philip. Scott, do you have any updates?
You'll probably read, there was a court ruling on, I believe, July 29th that just made its way into the press today, that a judge has held that the ballot title and ballot language of the property tax amendment is unlawful and has enjoined that ballot from going on as worded. But practically what it does is the Attorney General has 10 days to rewrite it, and the judge pretty much highlighted everything that needed to be wrote the order, highlighted everything that needs to be rewritten. It could be rewritten. They have 10 days to submit it to the Secretary of State from, I think, the 29th. And then the plaintiffs have 10 days from the day it was submitted if they want to raise questions with the new language back to the judge. Now, the state could take the opportunity to not do anything, and the judge has said that ballot language is not going on the, and join the Secretary of State from putting that on the ballot. So that language won't go on there. It is amendable. They have an opportunity to amend it. The judge basically ruled it was misleading and biased. If you read it, it was, you're not supposed to advocate for a position. You read some of the words they used, it was advocating pretty clearly. And then there were some things that were misleading, and the judge spelled it out pretty clearly. And so it would, as I was reading it, I was like, it's pretty easy to correct this if they want to correct it. But you may read something, see something on the news about it, or on the social media about it. I just wanted to update you on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Our town planner is not here tonight. He had an issue, and I think Rebecca couldn't make it because she was having some surgery today, I believe. So we can skip through them. Ryan, you got anything?
Yeah, Mark couldn't be here tonight, but he did call me earlier today. He's had a conversation with Trish Smith at the school board regarding their capital improvement plans and the sewer system. So Mark is wanting us to finally sit down and have a workshop, and he said be prepared for it to be a lengthy one. But it will be between us, the school board, CWS, Mead and Hunt, basically everybody who's involved in any way with the wastewater treatment plant. So he's looking at doing that by the end of September. So the dates that he proposed are either Wednesday, September 16th, or Wednesday, pretty sure it's September 30th. Yeah. We'd prefer to do it the 16th, but I told him I would have to see what you guys had available. You'd probably want it to be in the evening, I would guess.
Where would that meeting take place at? Here?
It would be here.
Okay.
It would be a workshop. So does anyone have availability on the 16th after 5? I was trying not to have it the same, because the week before and the week after we have budget meetings. Mm-hmm. And of course, this all had to come up, during that time.
So we must be getting to a deadline somewhere. It seems to me they're going.
The school is trying to nail us down on dates. So, Mark didn't want to push it further, but it's also a way to get Mead and Hunt here because the design phase has been at 100% for a while, and they were supposed to come present everything, and we haven't heard from them. We're supposed to close the grant out. I haven't heard from them. So I think this is just a way to get everybody in one room and try to iron everything out. But he said plan on it being probably a couple hours. So anyone have conflict with Wednesday, 9/16? No?
Do you think Scott needs to be in attendance?
Scott, you probably should be there if you have.
What day is it, the 16th?
9/16.
Wednesday, the 16th of September.
I mean, Mark will be there, so
Yeah, what time are we talking about?
I'm going to guess probably 5 or later.
Yeah, probably between 5 and 6.
I am available. Y'all can see if you really need me there. I mean,
Okay.
I don't-
So if we say 5 o'clock, you'd be available?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have anything on my calendar on the 16th.
All right, so I'll set it for Wednesday, 9/16 at 5.
Okay.
That's all I had.
Okay. All right, moving on from that, is there anybody in attendance that has anything they'd like to bring up? Mr. Pulley, do you have a traffic report for us too, by the way?
Not.
Okay,
We didn't have a meeting last month.
okay,
It was on
well
the
then,
2nd. It's dated
bring up what you got to do then.
Lester Pulley, 363 North Pine Street. I do plan on attending the County Traffic Safety Team meeting this Thursday.
Okay.
Do you want me to bring up about mowing Highway 17 with FDOT while I'm at the meeting?
I would not necessarily just mowing it, but yeah, edging it and that type of, mainly the edging and cleaning up of the gutter ways along the edge of the highway running through the middle of town.
The
But
one,
the sidewalks aren't visible at all.
The sidewalks,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
I mean,
sidewalks
it's all
need
part
action.
of, should be all part of the FDOT responsibility.
but they do contract all that out now.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, right.
The mowing, the hedging, and all.
We
And
need
they're
a point
supposed
of
to come
contact.
Somebody
It's Oasis.
is skipping.
Okay, everybody, the trees, the sidewalks, the mowing, it's all done by a company called Oasis. They go from the county line to 40. Yvonne has open work orders with them about the dead trees. I have open work orders with them about potholes. They're the ones that mowed for us last year before the parade. They mowed for us this year before the 4th. The process currently is if you have problems, you submit pictures and you ask them to open a work order. But why they don't just come up here and do it, I don't know. But you basically have to call or email Louise at Oasis and submit pictures to her and say, we want this mowed, or we want these potholes fixed, or whatever. And that's probably the quickest way to get the subcontractor's attention, is to file. They used to be another company, Charlie Suber, you might remember us talking about
Yeah.
Charlie. It's the same company, they just changed names. It's all the same employees. But they are currently DOT's subcontractor for all of that stuff in this area. They do all the road maintenance. Now, they're probably not who you're going to talk to if you're interested in taking that contract back in-house and doing it yourself and having DOT reimburse you for it.
No, we'd have to contact.
You'd have to contact DOT directly and sit down and negotiate that with them. But in the meantime, if you're just looking for mowing or something to be done, but you'll have to be very specific. Like when I did the mowing, I told them from 17 north to the school, or Palmetto, I said, both sides, you have to tell them what you want done, you have to send pictures.
So maybe we
So-
should just make it a reminder every month, or every 2 months.
And that could be a question for Oasis, is there a way we could just do a recurring thing? Do I need to contact you every month? Can we just set a reminder? I don't, like I said, I don't know how their scheduling works. I don't know how often they're mowing or how often they're supposed
Do
to
you
be
have a
mowing.
number and all for them?
I have an email address for Louise.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe I can come in and do the emailing here and contact them.
Okay.
See what we can do.
Do you want me to bring this up with FDOT or not at the meeting on Thursday?
I don't think it would hurt anything.
You can
to bring it
ask
up.
them if
Okay.
they know when their sub is, do they have a schedule?
Yeah, and why they
Is
aren't
it
coming, I
every
mean.
month, every 2 months, every,
Or just off the work orders.
right,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
that would help, yeah.
All right, anything else for Thursday?
Les, I will tell you that during Volusia League of Cities, I was able to talk to Jamie Haynes with the school board about the traffic situation, and I know we're emailing, and she's going to get this handled. She said she just did the same exact thing down at university. If she wanted me to send her the email to get all of that in the works, just so you're aware.
The problems we have here, everybody has.
Yeah, she says they've already done all the data, and that she would send somebody up here to look and take pictures and try to get that in.
On that note, as a reminder, school is back in session on Monday. So all that goes along with that, the school zone, school buses, kids running around, more traffic. All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Lester. I do have one other thing I want to let you guys know about. I have a meeting scheduled with a guy named Kent Baluka something. I can't pronounce his last name. He was with that company, HAFF, at the League of Cities dinner. And he's going to meet with me and go look at the low spot on Hagstrom Road. And he seems to think that we might be able to get some stormwater grant money from some of the money that Volusia County has to do that. At the very minimum, it would be an 80-20, and he seems to think we might even be able to get the other 20 through some grant funding that they could help us with. So, I'll meet with him and talk to him, and, maybe we can do something and maybe we can't, but I just wanted to let you know about that.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Melissa Thorne from the unincorporated area of Volusia County outside of D-Land. It is election time, folks. Yay! I am running for Volusia County Council District 1. That is your district, folks. And I am happy to be here and happy to be at your service. I've been here at your service since the beginning of the year, and I will continue to be here at your service, God willing, if I am elected for the next 4 years. And so just a reminder, if you did not get your vote by mail and you plan on voting in person, do not forget that Lisa Lewis has relocated. So she is the closest early voting location for y'all, and she is in the Sonny's Barbecue parking lot now. So just in case you didn't know, that's where her office is. She has early voting from Saturday morning, this coming Saturday, Sunday, all through the week till next Saturday. So you've got 7 days and then some from, 8 in the morning until 6 at night. Plenty of time. And I hope to see your face there because I will be there every single day manning my little tent. So I hope to see you. And if I don't see you there, then I will be at my own precinct in Glenwood at the little church. You can always stop by and say hello. I'll have my tent there too. But folks, please get out and vote. And don't forget to vote and take your friends too. I do appreciate your support. And I love y'all. I love Pierson. Boy, do I love Pierson. Y'all are so great. And if I didn't get to knock on your door, I've been up here for weeks and weeks now knocking on doors. I apologize if I missed your door. But I got like 90% of all of Pierson up here. I knocked myself. So if you got a door hanger from me with my pretty face in your pocket, then you got it from me. Anyway, that's all. Good of the people. Thank you.
Good luck, Melissa. Thank you.
Okay, I want to make a couple of announcements here. I want to make everybody aware of some following meeting schedules. Our next regular council meeting is on August 18th.
That's Election Day.
At 6:30 p.m. And the one following that is on Tuesday, September the 1st at 6:30 p.m. And the Planning Commission is planning on meeting on Tuesday, August the 25th, 2026 at 6 p.m.
Don't we have a meeting before the meeting on the 18th?
Yeah.
I think we do. I think we do at 5. Yeah. Okay. Being no further business, we're adjourned.